Hello everybody, this is the Bulldozer, and thank you for watching my video, and welcome to my second channel. I'm going to start putting videos up like this. This is not a gaming video. You will not find gaming videos on this channel. If you would like to see my gaming videos, that is MrBulldozer Gaming. You will find the link to that channel in the description. You know, this is absolutely insane. And I've got this image on your screen for a reason, and you're going to want to make sure you watch this whole video, because I'm going to point out something at the end of this video that it surprises me nobody is talking about, and Delta made a big issue about this after the whole United Airlines thing blew up, and they was trying to make themselves look big, like, you know, we're not going to have this happen because we are going to do this just to make sure this doesn't happen. Well, they had this problem and they didn't do what they said they was going to do. And it just it's absolutely insane, and it just blows my mind. And we're not talking about just two adults here. We are talking about two babies as well. And this gentleman is 100% correct. He paid for that seat. And first off, why would people carry their babies on a plane anyway when you got the person in front of them is going to be reclining in their chair? I mean, look at this lady you see right here. If she's got her baby in her lap, I mean, look at her son next to her. He's a pretty good sized child. So if she's holding her child, the person that's going to lean back in their chair, there's not going to be a lot of room there. So how uncomfortable is it for that baby, and uncomfortable for her? I mean, come on, really? Now we're going to get into this video, and I'm going to add a couple jabs in here at the flight attendant, the Delta representative, whoever in the world she is. But I want you to pay close attention to everything she says, because a lot of the stuff she says is complete lies. And I'm going to show you information that is going to totally destroy everything that she says. And I'm not talking about the FAA stuff that she says. I'm talking about the stuff that she says that I'm going to show you that is on Delta's website, that she says that they are not allowed to do, that Delta says they can do. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this video. So again, remember, just make sure you stay tuned to the end of this video, and that's when I'll bring out all the documentation and everything to explain exactly what I'm talking about.
So their policy is, if you're not going to abide, you're going to have to get off the plane. You have to deep.
Well, then they can remove me off the plane.
You and your whole
So
family.
then
Yeah,
it's going to
that's
be a
fine.
federal offense, and then you and your wife will be in jail, and your kids will be
Okay, that's
responsible for
okay.
consequences, yeah?
So my kid, wait. So my wife, we're gonna be in jail, and my kids are gonna be
It's
what?
a federal offense if you don't abide by it.
I bought that seat.
Okay, I understand it's for Mason. Mason's not here.
Right.
So you still,
Right. I paid. I got him a ticket on another flight so that my son would have a seat. And you're saying you're gonna give that away to someone else. That when I paid for that seat, that's not right.
It's just insane.
That Mason's not here, so the seat. So
You need to You need to do what's right. I bought the seat, and you need to just leave us alone.
So Mason's not here, so Mason cannot. Is the one that owns the seat.
No, I paid for the seat. I bought the seat. You can look and see. Doesn't it's my son.
It's doesn't matter.
On the way out, the flight was open, but even then it was difficult to have a lap child, so we decided to get him a ticket on an earlier flight so we can use his seat and put the car seat and let the kid sleep, because it's a red eye. He won't sleep unless he's in his car seat. So otherwise he'd be sitting in my wife's lap crawling all over the place, and it's not safe. So we decided to do it that way and let him use his seat. I paid for the seat. This is what's ridiculous.
You No, we're just here to just.
No, I know.
You know,
I know.
We're not pulling on nobody,
Well, she-
no physical, nothing. Okay.
No, I know. And I'm not. Look, I'm not trying to cause a problem.
Yeah,
It's just what's, but you know.
And he's not raising
I
his
couldn't
voice
stand
or
up on one side,
anything.
and, yeah,
That's the whole thing.
I paid for the seat, and
He is staying calm through this whole
How we gonna handle
debacle.
this?
they need to do what's right. I bought this seat.
I understand, but it's the federal policy, sir, that the names of the individuals are supposed to be in that seat. I don't make the policy.
That's not true. That's not true, actually.
That's true.
No, it's not, because people move around seats in the plane all
After
the
it's in the
time.
air. After it's in the air.
I've been on many flights where they've said take any seat, it's wide
I'm
open.
just telling you the federal policy
Well,
that we go on there.
And they violate federal policy on a regular basis then, because I've been on many flights before. But if I don't, that's what they're gonna do.
I just want to introduce myself. I'm Jenna. I'm in charge. I know you guys are frustrated. Hi. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I already know the situation. I've heard you guys said I know the man. Other than what's going on, is there anything else I can do? I know you guys are frustrated now. Basically, what it comes down to is not adult people, it's FAA because he's 2 and under.
Okay, I got a solution. He can sit in her lap,
Right.
okay, and then we can take off, and then we can put him back in the car seat. That's what the FAA rules are.
No,
The
with
bottom
him,
line
with
is,
him being no, they're not. We're pulling him up right now. With him being 2, he cannot sit in a car seat. He needs. That's the purpose of infinite arms. He has to sit in your arms the whole time.
You sit on a throne of lies.
He can, like technically he couldn't even be on a
he
seat.
rode on a car seat the whole way out here on a Delta flight.
Then that's unfortunate. Unfortunately, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just trying to do the best I can now. But what I'm letting you know is unfortunately he can't be there. I wish I could help you guys. Like I really
Wait,
do.
what you're saying makes no sense, because we flew out here on a Delta plane and he
And I
sat in a
understand.
car seat.
According to the rules we're pulling out right now, he technically cannot be in a car seat because of infinite arms.
Okay,
They're
what-
doing it right now, and they're going to clarify before I misspeak.
Okay.
So I'll just stop you there. They're doing it. They're going to print it out in black and white, so that way whether I'm wrong or they're wrong, that doesn't matter. The
But the
situation
bottom
is this
line
plane is not going to move until we get you guys up, and that's fine. We can all sit here all night if that's what you guys want to do.
Okay, but that's wrong.
And I get that it's wrong. I really do.
I paid for that seat.
I understand, and that
Then
person left, and then now you don't want anyone there, so you want another passenger not to sit there the whole flight. I get that.
I paid for the seat.
I understand
Right.
that. I understand that.
Okay, but
But what I'm
if
saying-
your stance is that he cannot be in that seat when the plane
As far
takes
as I
off.
know.
Okay,
No,
but-
no, he cannot be in a seat at all because he's in infinite arms. And I get that it was handled
Wait, he
incorrectly.
can't be here at all.
No, in a seat. He can't occupy a seat because he's 2 years under, and that's FAA regulation. You liar! So,
No,
like I said,
no one's ever told. Then how
that's
did we
the
get
pur-
out here?
I don't know, and that's what I'm
And
saying.
also, too, how did we get through security with 2 kids, 2 car seats, go all the way through your gateway
And I
and
get
through the
that.
gate, and then they come down and say that we have to get off this plane, and that's the seat you're talking about. So
Right, and I
you're
get that.
physically gonna remove my.
I'm
my
not
yeah,
going
well,
to. It's out of my hands now. I'm just letting you know from this point on, this plane will not go anywhere until you guys choose to. No, you can sit here and we can all just chill here. I'm just trying to help you. This is all I can do. It's only in my hands now.
Trying
So
to
they're gonna bring-
trying to help us would have been not overselling the flight and not trying to force us to get him out of that seat that I paid for
I get that.
and holding this whole plane up. It would have been a lot easier for you guys to just say,
Right.
not have that standby come
Right.
down and
I get
we
that.
could be on our way.
I get that too. I wish it would. I wish it
So
would
why
be
didn't that happen? Why isn't that
I
happening?
don't know. But as far as I know, he can no longer occupy that seat. So, like I said, I'm just giving you what's left. So it's your choice. We can sit here for the next 4 hours if you want, 5 hours. We can sit here till tomorrow, but this plane will not be.
Yeah, like they're really gonna let them sit there for 4 or 5 hours.
And I get that. That's not helping you.
Another lie. I should have thrown another lie clip in there.
You know what? I was just coming to say hi and try to be, but I apologize. It shouldn't be sucked in. I'll let them handle it, and then you guys can go from there. Okay? You guys can go. Yeah, they're coming. Thank you.
I think that is that an option? Is that an option for us at this point, just to hold the baby so that we can take off, or are they saying no? Okay, ask them.
It's absolutely insane. It's just absolutely insane. She's just saying so many lies. She doesn't even know
At this point,
what her job is.
there's option to have you guys all off the flight, or we're gonna retrain the whole aircraft and
So we're getting kicked off this plane no
Yes.
matter what now.
yes, I told you that in the beginning. You had 2 options, and now it's come too far.
So what are we supposed to do? I got 2 infants and my wife. We have nowhere to stay. There's no more flights. What are we supposed to do? Sleep in the airport? No. You should have thought about that before you oversold the flight. I paid for that seat. I paid for that seat.
Sir,
So we're getting kicked off the
Which option did
plane.
you want to take? Did you want to get off on your own? or
So
did
wait,
you wanna-
what are we supposed to do once we're off this plane?
That is not up to me and the rest is everybody wants
Well, it
to
should
go
be.
home. It's not. At this point, you guys are on your own.
What about our bags?
We'll have to get your bags off. And that'll be-
So they're gonna go onto the plane and get our bags out there.
yes, they will.
What do you want to do? What are we gonna do?
Stand up and get off, or we get everybody else
Okay,
off.
here's the thing though. There's things that my kids have to have that are in those bags.
We will get all your bags off, sir.
Is that the you want to get on? Right?
Okay, so stay here. Okay, so can you let my agent know that?
Absolutely unbelievable. They could care less they have 2 babies with them.
You guys
They
are
could care less they have
Great
nowhere to
customer
go
service.
with those babies.
Awesome. Great job.
Absolutely care less. Basically putting 2 babies out on the street.
We need someone to help with their car seats to carry them off.
How'd you guys get on there?
Can you scream lawsuit? That's basically all the video. Okay, let's get into this proof.
They violate federal policy on
You
a
know,
regular basis then, because I've been on
I'm
these.
going to play some footage here
That's what they're gonna do.
that it's her talking about
I'm sorry. I know you guys are frustrated.
how
I'm
the
sorry.
child
I already know the
cannot
situation.
be in
I
a
heard you
seat.
guys said
The
I know
child
the
has to
Other
be
than
in their
what's
arms.
going
In
on, is there
fact,
anything else I can
it
do?
is
I
the
know the
regulations
situation now. Basically what it comes down
that
to is
states
I
the
don't
child
think
cannot
it's
be in the
because
seat.
He's 2 and under.
Okay, I got a solution.
Here is that
We can sit
footage.
in her lap,
Right.
okay, and then we can take off, and then we can put him back in the car seat. That's what the FAA rules are.
No,
The
with
bottom
him,
line
with
is-
him being no, they're not. We're pulling him up right now. With him being 2, he cannot sit in the car seat. He needs. That's the purpose of infant in arms. He has to sit in your arms the whole time. He can, like technically he couldn't even be on a
He
seat.
rode on a car seat, okay,
And
and then we can take off, and then we can.
Okay,
put him
let's
back
hear it
in the
one
car
more
seat.
time.
That's what the FAA rules are.
No,
The
with
bottom
him,
line
with
is-
him being no, they're not. We're pulling him up right now. With him being 2, he cannot sit in the car seat. He needs. That's the purpose of infant in arms. He has to sit in your arms the whole time. He can, like technically he couldn't even be on a seat.
He rode on a car seat.
Okay, if you go to Delta's website, this is actually really comical. If you think about it, if you go to Delta's website, now remember the lady said, because I'm not going to put it here for a 3rd time, the lady said the child is not allowed to sit in a seat. The child has to be held the whole time, correct? Okay. Under infant and child seating, we want you and your children to have the safest and most comfortable flight possible. For your kids under the age of 2, we recommend you purchase a seat on the aircraft and use approved child safety seat. If you decide to use a child safety seat aboard the airplane, there are a few restrictions and guidelines you need to follow. Now, are you ready, people? This is where it gets really good. It gets really spicy right here. Where to sit with your child restraint. The window seat is the preferred location for a approved child restraint system car seat. Oh my God. Car seat. I don't know. Hold on a second. Let me pause this video. I gotta check something. Am I seeing things? Am I blind? Are those not car seats I'm looking at in this picture? Do they not have 2 car seats? But this lady said this.
We're pulling him up right now. With him being 2, he cannot sit in the car seat. He needs. That's the purpose of infant in arms. He has to sit in your arms.
Well, you see for yourself, folks. And, you know, I still haven't got into the big thing that, you know, nobody's even brought up, and I'm really shocked they haven't. But you see it for yourself. it just, this person had absolutely no clue what in the hell she was talking about, but she was sent on the plane to try to deal with this. How can you deal with something if you have no damn clue what you're talking about? There's a riot in a prison. Here, send me in as a negotiator. I have no clue what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm the one for the job. How much sense does that make? I mean, you gotta be kidding me. These people don't care. If you are somebody that flies on a plane, they don't give a damn about you. They don't. The pilots, the airline attendants, they're going to be on that plane regardless if you are or not. If they kick you off, so what? They're still going to be on the plane. They're taking off. The people working the check-ins, they're going to do their job and go home. They could care less if you get kicked off that plane or not. The people that fly these planes, you guys need to stand up. I don't fly. But until people that are shoving out money, paying these crazy rates of flying, like this gentleman, it cost him $2,000 to get his family home the next day. And luckily he was able to find a hotel to go to. But they didn't give a damn. They basically threw him, his wife, and his 2 babies out on the street. Out on the street is basically what they did. Because they could care less. Now, let's get into this last topic. We're 17 minutes into this video. Back what I spoke about earlier in this video, we had this big issue dealing with basically the same thing, but it was a lot more violent with United Airlines. And Delta Airlines came out and said, well, we're going to offer our passengers up to $10,000 in situations like this. $10,000. Let me pull up that picture for you. In New York, April 18th, Delta Airlines has increased the maximum possible payout to passengers to nearly $10,000 if they voluntarily give up a seat on an overbooked flight, the company told AFP yesterday. The boost is in part to the airline industry response to the global outrage sparked by last week's violent removal of a customer from a United Airlines Chicago flight. Go on, I'll skip that, and it goes, Delta customer service employees will be permitted to offer up to $2,000 in these cases, up from the prior cap of $800. Supervisors will be able to grant up to $9,950, up from the prior limit of $1,350. Now, you might be asking, why am I talking about this? A couple reasons. In another video this gentleman had spoken in an interview from a news station, that was a few days after he'd gotten home, he mentioned when he left the plane, there was 4 or 5 people waiting to board the plane to take his seats. So it didn't make a damn bit of difference if they held that child or not. Not a damn bit of difference. They wanted him off that plane. So my question is, if Delta Airlines has this new policy, why didn't they offer this policy to him? I know for a fact why they didn't offer this policy to him. Because this gentleman had purchased multiple seats. They was going to have to pay him multiple money. Big money, people. Big money. Because they wanted his seats. So they figured they would force him out. And now, I know he says, you know, all he wanted was an apology. There's going to be a lawsuit coming out of this. You can guarantee there's going to be a lawsuit coming out of this. I don't care what that guy says. There will be a lawsuit coming out of this. You're going to throw my wife, my 2 babies off of a plane with nowhere to go? Yeah, you're going to pay. You are going to pay. Now take a look at this picture. Remember this picture I showed you when I started this video? I had this split image. Showed the father on the left-hand side, the mother and the 2 children on the right-hand side. You can barely see the child at the window seat. Well, here, let's make this a little clearer. Now let's take a look at that. You know what each one of those arrows represents, except for one of them? Because remember, they was only talking about one child. That's the boy. The other child had their own seat. So the son was a carry-on, didn't have its own seat because the original plan was to carry the child. And the 18-year-old son was going to have his seat, but he went on an earlier flight. So they was going to use his seat for the baby. So you're looking at upwards of $30,000 they would have got for giving up their seats. $30,000. That's what I was talking about at the beginning of this video. Their own words, people. Their own words. You know, supervisors will be able to grant upwards to $9,950. But the sad thing is, they wasn't offered a dime, and they didn't do a damn thing wrong. Not a damn thing. The only difference between this family and United Airlines flight is they're not putting on airline uniforms. That is the only difference. It makes absolutely no sense to me on how the airlines can get away with this. And I go back to the words I uttered just a few minutes ago. And the reason why they can get away with this is you, the passengers that buy these airline tickets, you let them get away with it. Because you buy your airlines tickets and you don't show up, and then they turn around and sell your tickets. That's what this gentleman here was saying. That's why he was mad, because the way he looks at it is he purchased the ticket just because his son's not there. He's the one that purchased the ticket. But what they're trying to say is that seat belongs to a name. It does belong to a name. It belongs to his name. He purchased the ticket. But how that works, I don't know. But the bottom line is he was willing to, you know, hold the child at the end there, and they still wouldn't do that because they wanted them off the plane, even though they paid for their seat. But this is corporate America at its finest. And if you let it run over you, they will keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. This has been the Bulldozer. Thank you for your time. And I'm out of here.